Junction to Mando roundabout down to the railway that intersects between Kawo and Mando beneath the bridge. And the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing are overseeing the project, but Dangote Industries is funding it, and which is a kind of collaboration, a partnership that I would want Mr. ILIYA to explain to us as we go further. But the contractors are Ntata and Sao. They are a household name in Nigeria when it comes to construction, and they're the ones handling the project. And there is already a task force constituted, established for this particular project. It is the Kaduna State Task Force on Transport Control that is to oversee this project, and that's where KASTLEA and other security agencies come to play. So it is a multi-dimensional contribution from different agencies and establishments of government. But then, first, it is a federal government road, and handled by the federal government, having supervision by the state, but being funded by Dangote. Now, this is a part we would want to get clear. How is it done? Because I know of a fact that an individual cannot construct a government road, no matter how wealthy you are. You can only lobby and influence it. But then we're going to understand how this plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Two Perspectives. My name is DIDAM, DIDAM the voice LAAH. Stay with us. I'll be back shortly.
When the issues matter, the voices must be heard.
From development to politics to the economy, all in one space.
It's more than talk, it's a view into the heart of the world.
This is Perspectives.
Perspectives with DIDAM LAAH.
Perspectives with DIDAM LAAH.
Join DIDAM LAAH every Thursday morning from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Let's engage key voices and dive into issues that shape our world.
Your voice matters too.
Join the conversation. Call in, speak up, be heard. Live on Invicta 98.9 FM.
Perspectives with DIDAM LAAH. Insights you can trust.
Invicta FM. Invicta FM. Invicta FM.
Thank you for investing your time with us this morning, still talking on Perspectives and looking at the reconstruction of the NNAMDI AZIKIWE Expressway, what we call officially the Western Bypass. And I'll start up with the gentleman, even though they would say ladies first. So permission from the lady to start with the gentleman. Pamsek, Nigerians would want to know, how is it that an industrialist like Dangote, is saddled with the responsibility of reconstructing the federal government road? How is it playing out? As the law changed, because ordinarily, no individual should finance a road construction. Or has there been a different dimension to this over time? How is Dangote going to do this? And if he does it, what is in it for him? Because he's a businessman. If he reconstructs the road, does he have some level of control over it? How is it playing out?
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, listeners. Good morning and welcome to this program. I'm equally delighted to be here to give some sort of enlightenment or clarity on what is going on the NNAMDI AZIKIWE Western Bypass. Back to your question, the federal government, as you know, is the central body that controls the issue of taxation of multinationals like Dangote and several other big names in the country who are contributing immensely in economic development and growth. This construction where Dangote Industries was involved is a new innovation, sort of. It's a policy direction where the government knows that it has to, receive taxes from all the multinationals and actors in industrialization, or let me say productive activities in our industries. They receive taxes from such people, and of course it goes to the Treasury single account of the federal government before it now goes back into sectoral allocations for development. Now, sometime in 2019 or 2020, the federal government looked at the quantum of, infrastructural development that is, bound on it as the central body responsible for several infrastructural provision. They looked at the quantum of taxes that these companies pay. So it was resolved that the much needed areas of intervention, particularly roads, why not invite some of these industrialists and look at the quantum of taxes that they would pay across a number of years and inject this amount directly into developing the infrastructure to just bridge the gap. Now, when they do this provision of financing, it will be deducted over time from what they are.
They ought to pay as
taxes to the government directly. So it is now what we call, it's now under an arrangement that we call the tax credit scheme.
So is it some sort of public-private partnership?
So, yes, exactly.
PPP.
You can put it that way, because Dangote, of course, is an actor in the private sector, and then the federal government, oversees and coordinates all these things. So this is where he comes in. And to the other aspect of your question, it does not give Dangote Industries or any other industry any leverage, or advantage over our roads. What they would do is, at the end of the construction period, they would hand it over to the federal government, and then the books will be balanced. You plus and minus what was expected and what the construction costed, in terms of finances. So this is just in a nutshell what it entails. It does not really give Dangote the any added advantage or ownership of the road, and likewise it does not give any other actor that leverage. It's just simply a kind of arrangement that is based on a memorandum of understanding between the investor and the federal government.
Okay, so you spoke about costing. I wouldn't know if you have the information as to the costing of what the reconstruction would cost, or should we wait for engineer to come to respond to that? I understand he is the one managing the project from the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. Does that information lie with you, or is it the engineer that will give us the costing? How much was the construction done per kilometer? What's the costing like?
You see, for fear of wrong quotations or contradiction of figures, I think it will be in the best position for the engineer to give us clarity on that, because we don't have that. It's their project, and some information may be confidential. But I know that maybe under the Freedom of Information Act, they'll be bound to say that. But I am not really in a position to give you those figures.
Okay, now let's get back to your own responsibility as Ministry of Information and Culture in Kaduna State. So where is the state coming in here? Because from what you mentioned, the federal government through the TSA are taking out this money or allowing Dangote Industries to do the reconstruction, and there will be some plus and minuses. The books will be balanced at the end of the day to cover for its taxes, right? Yes. So where is Kaduna State government coming in all of this?
Okay. You will first and foremost agree with me that this road construction, the road NNAMDI AZIKIWE Western Bypass, is domiciled in Kaduna State.
Yep. And one of the oldest.
One of the oldest bypass routes that links the north and the south. So you will agree with me equally that it's a very strategic corridor, to connect the north and the south, in terms of economy, in terms of businesses and other endeavors that people undertake. Now, when this road construction took effect and a lot of attendant inconveniences were attached to it. In fact, to the extent where lives were lost, properties in terms of vehicles, goods and other commodities were lost through accidents and other mishaps on the road. Pedestrians were knocked down, vehicular movement was equally sometimes on a gridlock for very long hours, sometimes up to 10 hours. And as a matter of fact, the government became very concerned because a number of cries and complaints were, channeled to the government, indicating the kind of concerns that people were having. And so, as a matter of fact, as a listening government, the government of Kaduna State, under the dynamic leadership of His Excellency Senator Ubasani, took the bull by the horn. First and foremost, there were unnecessary delays in these contracts, execution. And so he went to he made sure he took the bull by the horn, went to a very far extent to ensure that he engaged all the stakeholders that were responsible for one aspect or the other of this contract to put it into a workable situation where the work would be progressive. And so when it became progressive, of course, it came with its attendant challenges, like I mentioned earlier. So, having seen the way the road was muddled up in heavy losses and inconveniences, His Excellency quickly directed that the Ministry of Public Works and Infrastructure and the Ministry of Information should put heads together under the supervision of the Secretary to the Kaduna State Government. A meeting of stakeholders was called, and then it was immediately resolved that a 24-hour task force be established to ensure traffic control and ease movements on that particular corridor. So this is where the Kaduna State Government came in, and this task force has been deployed ever since. The remaining part of its assignments and whatever, maybe as you ask subsequent questions, I will give you clarity on what's going on.
Okay, now let's look at the task force, and I would want to take that up with the Deputy Corps Marshal, that is HAUWA TUKUR OTHMAN, Deputy Corps Marshal Administration and Finance of Kaduna State Traffic Law Enforcement Authority, KASTLEA, and this task force is on transport control. That's basically what your agency does to an extent, or part of one of your major functions. Good. So, firstly, what other agencies are in this task force together with you, so that Nigerians residents in Kaduna should know who they should work with as far as the reconstruction, or who they're working with as far as the reconstruction of the Western Bypass NNAMDI AZIKIWE Expressway is concerned? What agencies constitute the task force?
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here in Invicta.
I'm glad to have you here.
Forward to meeting you in live. It's really a pleasure. My name is HAUWA TUKUR OTHMAN, the Deputy Corps Marshal, Admin and Finance, KASTLEA. The task force is combined efforts of Federal Road Safety, KASTLEA, the CADVIS, Vigilante, and then we have the community volunteers who are also part of the task force. And the task force is here to save the lives and properties of people that are applying, the pedestrians, the drivers, the heavy-duty vehicles on the road. And it's supposed to stop a lot of all those menaces that are going on that express bypass.
Okay, so does that mean, for instance, you would have men positioned on the road, and to control traffic? Firstly, is it that there is diversion on the road, no motorist should ply the road for the time being, or how is it going to work?
Flashpoints were identified. What I mean by flashpoints are there are some areas where you have a lot of those congestions of both the vehicles and the pedestrians
Okay.
there, and some of the flash points there consist of we have a place called the Lahirubauchi Junction.
Just after Bakinroa.
Yes. And then we have the by Kirwa itself, we have Kaguru Junction, we have Kabaleru Junction, we have Angwa Muaz, we have Kurmi Maishi, we have Namani junctions. These areas are identified as flash points because by the time you go to that area around 3, 4, 5 in the evening, it's something
The
else. High traffic of both people and the vehicles themselves. And because the heavy duty vehicles are not allowed to ply into the metropolis, that's the route in and out of the state. So with the heavy duty, the smaller vehicles, the people, it's something else when you go there. You can spend, just like my colleague here said, 10 hours on the road trying to reach Mandua, and you're just stuck a standstill there. So the task force that works 24 hours to make sure people ply the road conveniently. You stop the drivers, make the people cross, and then you can stop the people, make the vehicle cross. It's just a normal traffic control thing.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, which is not very much related, but it is to the reconstruction of NNAMDI AZIKIWE. But now that you mention these heavy vehicles, trucks rather, that are not supposed to ply the metropolis, because I have seen them, and I want to believe a lot of Nigerians listening to me now must have witnessed what I'm talking about, where you find them, especially, let's say, within the wee hours, maybe from 6, 7, 8, maybe into the late night. You see them on the roads in the metropolis, majorly from the road that leads from Command Junction straight past what's the name of this place again? Market, not television market, just here. I'm trying to get the name. Station, thank you. Station roundabout up to town. You see them ply. I want to know how it works out. Is there a window that has been open to them for a period of the day, or is what they're doing illegal? Just to ask so that people would know. It's not really related to that, but before I let you respond to that, we'll be paying some bills, and when we come back, our conversation on the reconstruction of the NNAMDI AZIKIWE Expressway continues. This is Two Perspectives. Stay with us. Good morning.
This is what happens if you touch that dial.
Oh yeah, shoppers, make una hear correct gist. Maggi chicken flavor promo don land o.
Buy Maggi chicken flavor 50 double cubes pack and get 10 extra cubes free.
Yes o, and if you buy small 10 double cubes pack, you go get 4 cubes free.
Now more rich chicken taste, more enjoyment, and more value for your money.
Rush go your nearest shop now and ask for Maggi chicken flavor promo pack before e finish. Offer valid while stocks last. Me and Maggi, so good together.
E get why we dey plan and pray for our children every day.
E get why.
E get why we dey get up to go hustle every day.
E get why.
And e get why Nigerians trust M&B paracetamol, the red one, every day.
E get why.
E dey show pen red card kia, so we fit to face life without pens. Therefore, next time pen show him wawa face, knock am with M&B paracetamol, the red one.
E get why.
M&B paracetamol, the red one na for you and your family, and the clear pain, small cold and fever, one hand. If your symptoms no clear after 2 days, go see doctor. M&B paracetamol go give you quick relief one time.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin sha dari sai Kivo Vivo.
Gaskiya sau da kin taka wani babban matsayi.
Ta yaya Miro?
‘Ya'yanki akwai tarbiyya, sun kawo min ruwa, ina gama sha suka ɗauke. Ga 'yar auta na tilawa, a haka kullum suna gaishe da mijina idan za su makaranta.
Hikima ce, Miro. Mun ba da kyakkyawar tazara wajen haihuwarsu, shi yasa muka samu lokacin yin tarbiyya. Waye?
Umma, mun gama aikin makaranta. Za mu taya ki dafa abinci?
Har da taimakon dafa abinci? Saude, lallai nan gaba za ki samu ƙwararrun masu iya girki.
Tazarar haihuwa ba hikima ba ce kadai, abu ne mai muhimmanci sosai, yana ba da wadataccen lokacin kulawar da yara suke bukata.
Ziyarci cibiyar lafiya mafi kusa domin farawa ko a kira lambar waya 222 wannan sako ne daga ma'aikatar lafiya tare da tallafin gamayyar kungiyoyin Pronet da FEM.
Kyautuwar iyali, uba, 'ya'ya da ma'uwa.
Ga kwallon duniya na FIFA 2026 ya gabato. Ka duba duk gasa 104 a Star Times tun farkon kwallo har karshe.
Kuma a wannan kawo ba kallo kawai bane, ka kalla ka ci.
Kai subscribing ko ka sai Star Time decoder ka samu daman cin naira miliyan 10 da kuɗin lodi daga naira 4,000. Ku yi caji ta Star Times app ko ku ziyarci ofis ɗinmu ko dillalanmu a kasa baki ɗaya. Star Times.
Ai wasu mutanen ba san dalilin da yasa data suke karewa ba, amma bari ne muku bayani. Kun san idan mai waya na bacci wayan na yin wasu abubuwa da bai sani ba? Idan har hakan ya faru? A wannan sa'in waya ke adana bayanai a cloud backup a sa'in da bacin ke ƙara nisa. Sai ta ci gaba da sabunta manhajojin da ke kanta ko da ba a amfani da ita. Haba mai gida, ai ka san dole in san abin da ke faruwa a intanet.
A sha datar da na sanya ta ƙare.
Jas, ba na gaya muku ba?
Ka kula kada wayarka ta kwashe maka data da auto update. Ka rufe manhajojin da baka aiki da su. Ka rufe tabs din da baka amfani da su a duk lokacin da datar ka take a kunne.
A'a, me ya zafi? Ni fa bayani ne kawai nawa. Ka kula da datar ka don kar waya ta cinye.
More datar ka kuma leave it 100.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
Invicta, Invicta 98.9.
We broadcast live all the time.
When the issues matter, the voices must be heard.
From development to politics to the economy, all in one space.
It's more than talk, it's a view into the heart of the world.
This is Perspectives.
Perspectives with DIDAM LAAH.
Perspectives with DIDAM LAAH.
Join DIDAM LAAH every Thursday morning from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Let's engage key voices and dive into issues that shape our world.
Your voice matters too.
Join the conversation. Call in, speak up, be heard.
Live on Invicta 98.9 FM. Perspectives with DIDAM LAAH. Insights you can trust.
Glad to know you're still there. Still talking on the reconstruction of the NNAMDI AZIKIWE Expressway, officially the Western Bypass. And I was asking the Deputy Corps Marshal, Administration and Finance, that is HAUWA, TUKUR OTHMAN, on if there is a legal standing or it's official for motorists to ply the road, especially the heavy vehicles to ply the metropolis, especially in the evenings. Because in the earlier conversations, we understand you mentioned that they're supposed to go by the expressway. They're not allowed to go by the city. And I see them. How does that work? Is it a makeshift arrangement for now, pending when the reconstruction is done? Or has it come to stay?
Well, the law on on the flying of heavy-duty vehicles on the metropolis has been on for a very long time. Stopping them from flying the city center from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. But those that do come into the metropolis around that time, 6 p.m., are those that have goods to deposit in the states. Like the markets and the likes of them are allowed to bring in their goods with a waybill indicating the offload will be inside the metropolis within KADUNA.
So you guys get to supervise all of that?
Something like that. We do supervise. We check. That is where we have the marshals around, where we check to see if they have the waybills indicating the offload is going to be in KADUNA. So we allow them to go in through the routes.
Okay, so do we have an official timing for that? What time are they allowed within the city center, and what time should they stop plying?
They're supposed to come in by 6 p.m.
and stop.
Then the next day, 12 noon.
Okay.
By 12 noon the next day, they have finished offload and they're out.
To move out.
They're allowed to move out.
Okay, thank you. We still are talking on the reconstruction, but then the task force within which your agency functions more in this synergy, in this partnership, what have you achieved so far? Would you say there is compliance as to what you want citizens to do? And what would you say your major achievement, or what have you been able to record as a way forward positively? And also if there are some negative ones we would want to know. What are the challenges like?
Well, I'll start with the challenges. Before the task force, you are not able to cross over from the Moazu side over to the Rigasa side. Most especially those that would want to go to the train station. It's something else. You can spend hours and then you see
just
the
to take
lines
a U-turn.
Just to take a U-turn. The lines of heavy-duty vehicles, you can see as much as 100 number blocking the road and you can't cross over. But with the task force, we thank God for this Kaduna State arrangement. Very good. We're able to, like, they do pass quite all right, and then we allow, the movement has reduced anyway, the gridlock has reduced drastically. And then we have cases where we have the motorcyclists, the three-wheelers, driving anyhow on the road. Now it's not possible because the task force personnel are there to stop them from that indiscriminate driving on the road. And then the accidents that are there, that's the achievements now. The accidents occurred in the past. From the time the task force started around April to now, I think the highest number we had was 3 so far.
So there is a drastic reduction.
Very drastic reduction.
On records of accidents.
Yes, and even the indiscriminate drivers and the likes of them now, there's sanity on the road now.
Okay, so you mentioned about 4 agencies within the task force. Who is chairing it? And is it a committee? Who is chairing it? Who is heading it?
The committee.
If one is to lay a complaint concerning maybe malfunction or an abuse of power by the task force, who should it be reported to?
The chairman, the task force is chaired by the permanent secretary, Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure. So if you have complaint, whatever, you could direct it,
channel it
directly to him. But we have supervisors from each of the partners
agencies
of the task force. Like I said, the Operation Fushinkada, the CADVIS, they're armed personnel. They're there to give the road safety and us backup in case there's going to be security challenge. And we're in road safety, the volunteers were there together. So you see like about 6, 7, 8 to 10 personnel directing and controlling traffic, trying to cross over road users and the likes of it.
I hear you mention volunteers. Who are these volunteers? Are they member of your corps, or are these everyday citizens?
They're the community.
Members of communities?
Around there, yeah, so they're also part of
How do you recruit them, the volunteers? Is it just anyone can be declared a volunteer, or is there a process to becoming a volunteer? And okay, Pamsik wants to say something.
Yes. These volunteers are young men and women that are domiciled along the communities that are along that corridor of the road. Seeing the extent of problems that were associated with road users, from pedestrians to motor users, both heavy and light vehicles, they stepped in, and they are registered associations and community organizations. They stepped in on their own voluntarily for several months. They were working without being paid, without any compensation, without any assistance from anyone. They committed themselves and their time and were working tirelessly, helping to reduce. But their effectiveness can only go as much as the road users are willing to comply with whatever they're trying to do. Subsequently, when stakeholders were gathered together, having realized how much they had contributed along that corridor, they were incorporated into the task force to equally help, because they are members of the community. They are part and parcel of those who use the roads, families and everybody. So their involvement really helps, and they understand the terrain, and they have been quite effective in the discharge of their responsibilities.
Back to the Deputy Corps Marshal. I still would want to know, so what happens when a motorist disobey the instruction of the members of the task force? Is there any kind of enforcement, a penalty, or would the person just go scot-free?
Not for now. We're only doing the social service part of it. No enforcement yet. And
No
then
enforcement.
the sensitization.
Okay, sensitization, basically.
Going on, yeah.
All right. So while we're still conversing, we were joined by the engineer managing the project. That is Engineer ZUBAIRU JIBRIL from the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. Engineer, good morning.
Good morning.
I would say it's been a long time coming.
It's been long, actually.
Glad to have you join us today.
Nice
so,
meeting you.
cut to the chase. This project, about 12 kilometers. 22 kilometers. Thank you.
Yes.
22 kilometers. Sorry, I'm mistaking the first two for a one. But it has been costed, I believe.
Yeah.
Would you want to share with us the costing? Is it per kilometer, or how has it been costed?
No, it's not per kilometer.
It's a bulk costing.
It's a bulk costing, yeah.
Okay, so what's the cost of the construction, so that we'll
cost
have
of
some level of
construction is,
accountability to the people?
Initially, it was 37 billion.
Billion?
Yeah, but due to inflation, it has been rebuilt to 77 billion now.
Okay, due to inflation from 37 billion, it is now
77.
Okay, 77 billion, an increase of 40 billion, if I'm correct. Okay. Now, has there been cash backing? To what extent has there been releases? How much has been released and cash backed?
You know, this type of project is not under the budget. It's under a scheme that we call tax credit program.
It's under the tax credit program.
Yes, it's a PPP sort of a program in which an investor will come to the government, or the government will call an investor, okay, out of the taxes you have to pay, we want you to fund some of our projects. So the government, that Federal Ministry of Finance, in collaboration with Federal Ministry of Works, and all other related agencies, will put all hands on deck. They will call the person that is to be paying the tax. Then, okay, this is what we want you to do. They finalize everything. As the work commences, for instance, a work of 7 billion naira has been done. Then, under the tax that you have to pay, that 7 billion will be removed. So government is not putting a penny there.
Is the direct taxpayers' money?
Yes, taxpayers'
being
money
used directly.
Yes, directly.
Okay, but there is a bit of some gray areas. For instance, I understand that Dangote Industries is responsible for this particular project.
Yes, he is the contractor of this project.
Good. And he contracted it to Ntata Sawo,
yes,
which happens to be, if Nigerians will ask, the family name.
Yes.
What's Ntata, what's Dangote? Talk for another day. But then, how is the disbursement done? Is Dangote sending it to TSA first, or sending it to the contractors directly?
The disbursement is Dangote will fund his subcontractor, that is Ntata. After we certify all what he does, then a certificate is going to be raised. Once that is raised, then it will pass through Federal Ministry of Works and then Federal Ministry of Finance. After all checks, then it will be a duly certified certificate.
Okay, it's like you did not understand my question clearly. The cash, the money, how is it disbursed? Is it directly from Dangote to Ntata, or from Dangote to TSA? Then it will be deducted from TSA to Ntata.
No, it's from Dangote to Ntata.
Straight. So he now gives you the receipt of payment.
And we are there on field to check all what they are doing.
So don't you think, is there no fear that there could be inflation, for instance? Being that the contractor and the subcontractor are kind of related, by blood even. Don't you think there could be some inflation as to the real costing? How do you verify what's the real costing at the end of the day? Since the cash doesn't go through the federal government at all, you only get to be given documents to say, this is how much we've expended, and this is the receipt we've been given, so you just to endorse.
You know, this type of project is, the only difference is that issue of the funding. But all other projects under Federal Ministry of Works, our staffs are there all over, staff of Federal Ministry of Works. Any work they did, we certify it before any other thing. So issue of doing anything like that, I don't think that one comes, because we are always on ground. As I'm here, my staff are all over. Anything they do, we have to certify it before moving to the next stage.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you have an idea how much has been expended so far?
So far, the first certificate was 7.something billion.
Okay.
The second one is about 6.something billion, which is still under scrutiny. So far, that is what is been expended.
Okay. First was 7.something
billion. Then the second one 6.something.
The second was 6 point, and for a contractor of 77 billion, we're still behind in disbursement. But then, talk for another. Let's look at duration, because that will determine whether we're moving at a good pace. What's the duration for this project?
They were expecting to finish the project hopefully by December this year.
So we barely have 6 months.
5 months and some weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by your projection as an engineer, do you see this happening?
It can happen. It's real.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Yes.
Okay. And now we'll get back to the PAMSEC. Ministry of Information and Culture. Nigerians would want to know how can the average Nigerian resident in Kaduna get information concerning the project? Is it open to the average citizen of Kaduna State to walk into your ministry, or is there a go-to person? Is there a number to call in case of a mishap, or should we channel it directly to the contractor or the supervisors from the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing? How does it work?
Yeah, I want to draw inference from the introduction you made during the opening of this program, that this is a federal government project. Kaduna State's involvement in this entire project is to ensure that the work is speedily and qualitatively done by those involved. That's from the contractor to the Federal Ministry of Works, because you would remember that I said the ownership of the road is for Kaduna State, indigents and citizens alike, and every other Nigerian that uses this road. So it's not Kaduna State's project, but our involvement is because it is domiciled in Kaduna State. Now, back to your question as to whether there is any way that Nigerians or citizens of Kaduna can walk into our office to seek for information. I would like to tell you that we don't have all the details about the project. Yeah, but as far as issues of challenges on the road are concerned, Kaduna State has taken active involvement in ensuring so much has been done. Let me give you an example. When the task force kicked off immediately, there was this observation that a number of people are not even operating on that road with a sense of direction. One of the first things that we did was to ensure that we worked together with the project supervisors, the Federal Ministry of Works, and then they successfully put road signages. Yes, road signages were put immediately to help motorists and pedestrians alike to know levels of speed that they can move at certain places, and to even direct road users to where diversions are, so that it can help them to move with the consciousness that they are supposed to either trafficate, reduce speed, or give way to traffic and the likes of it. So this was the extent to which we go. If there is any need for any clarification on this project, they can direct it to the project supervisors, that is the Federal Ministry of Works. We have been working hand in hand, and honestly, they have been very good actors and collaborators in this entire project, because some of the things that we found missing on that corridor, when we spoke to them, they immediately made provisions. One of the things that we had causes of concern about was, even after putting the speed limits and on the road signages and the likes of it, speed continued. It continued unabated by certain road users. So you find out that if you go to that passage right now, if you go to some specific or strategic junctions, you find speed bumps. Speed breakers have been installed to ensure that if you cross the first one and your car is visibly shaken, you would want to watch it against the next one to avoid destroying your car. So that one has really helped us a lot to make sure that sanity has been returned on that road. So this and so many other things forms part and parcel of our collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing.
Okay, so I would want also to ask, even though we would go to do our own findings, the engineer, what's the quality of the road? Specification as to the thickness of it, and also what constitutes the material used in constructing it.
Actually, this road, the cross section of the road is 200 millimeter continuously reinforced concrete pavement, 200 millimeter stone base, and 200 millimeter sub base, making a total pavement of 600 millimeter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a level of guarantee, a lifespan for it?
Sure.
What's the lifespan for it?
The minimum lifespan of this road is 40 years.
40?
Yes.
Now, do we have a maintenance plan? Who
Yes,
will be
sir.
saddled with the responsibility for maintenance within these 40 years?
You see, this type of road, these 40 years that I've said is the minimum.
The minimum.
You can only start doing maintenance in 40 years' time. During the construction now, as we are passing on the road, you will be seeing some tiny potholes there. A measure has been taken. We have a solution to it. So before we hand over this road to the public completely, all those things will be corrected. So once those corrections have been taken, then in the next 40 years is when we are going to expect doing maintenance on the road based on the design.
So a minimum of 40 years guarantee of usage before maintenance.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
So Nigerians can take your word to the bank.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive when that actually works out. Steve Perspectives this morning. And we're talking about the reconstruction of the NNAMDI AZIKIWE Expressway, officially the Western Bypass. We'll soon be opening the lines, but then we'll be paying some bills, bringing the news brief at 10. And after that, our conversation continues. But before we also go to the task force lady, have you had issues, for instance, where road users tend to disobey? Or secondly, do you have a contact to be used by the communities to reach out to you in case of a happenstance?
Like I earlier said, the task force is a combination of variety of the forces, including the communities around there. So if there are any issue, the first people to meet are those ones on the field.
Okay, your members on the field.
The members on the field. So that information gets across to us immediately on the platform. So if there's a broken down vehicle that needs to be moved out, the road safety personnel and us are there. And immediately there's an action taken as soon as possible.
Okay, quickly, do they stay there 24 hours also now?
Yes.
They're there 24 hours?
That's a 24
Your
hours
workers
work.
too are there engineer 24 hours?
No, we the engineers are not there 24 hours, but the
Okay.
whole task force
Are they 24 hours?
If there's a need for us to intervene, we're always ready. You know, it's a construction site. We use often work by 8, close by 5, at times 6. So that is our closure time. But if there is a need, for instance, there's a broken vehicle and which our attention is needed, immediately our people are always ready to come on.
All right, thank you, engineer. We'll be back shortly, but then let's pay some bills, bring the news brief at 10. Then we talk a bit, then open the lines for Nigerians to ask questions and also to contribute. Stay with us.
Invicta FM. Invicta FM. Invicta FM.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin shan dari sai Kivo.
Zainab, ke da Alhaji duk sanda na waiwaya ina ganin ku tare ba a raba ku.
Me zan ce? Ba ma gajiya da juna.
To yaushe muke sa rana na uku.
Ya ce abu game da na uku.
Amma ni da Alhaji mun amince cewa jikina na bukatar lokaci. Shi yasa ina da 7790. 7790? 7790 daga Honey and Banana Connect. Ita ce amintaciyar hanyar samu bayananniyar shawara ba tare da tsangwama ba akan duk abin da ya shafi tazaran haihuwa. Ku tattauna da kwararrun ma'aikata don samun jagoranci game da bayar da tazaran haihuwa. Tafiyar ki ce, jikinki ne duk lokacin da kika zaba. Kira 7790 a yau ko ku aiko mana da sakon WhatsApp a 09097133400. Honey and Banana Connect. Ku bi wanda ya san hanya.
Ya ku masu ciniki, albishirinku gasar Magi Chicken Flavor ya sake dawowa.
A sayi Magi Chicken mai dunkule biyu kwaya 50 a samu garabasar guda 10 a kyauta.
Tabbas haka ne, idan kuma guda 10 aka saya, to za a samu garabasar guda 4 a kyauta.
Wato ƙarin ɗanɗano mai armashi, ƙarin nishaɗi, tare da more kuɗinka yadda ya kamata.
A hanzarta maza a je shago mafi kusa domin sayan paketin kunshin gasar Magi Chicken Flavor kafin ya kare. Gasar na nan har sai kayan sun kare. Da ni da Magi, haɗuwa mai armashi.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM. We never invented radio, but we're taking it to the edge of perfection.
The time is 10 o'clock.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. Good morning. I am Jeffrey Ngbede Adiku with the news brief. The wife of former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has expressed concern over what she described as the weaponizations of healthcare following the arrest of her husband's personal physician. Nasir El-Rufai warned that the development could discourage medical professionals from carrying out their duties without fear. Speaking during an interview on national television on Wednesday, the lawyer said the arrest of Professor Bello Abubakar, who she described as El-Rufai's longtime physician, had implications beyond her husband's ongoing trial. Nigeria has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthen its long-standing bilateral relations with the Republic of Liberia through enhanced political consultations, trade, investment, youth development, and regional cooperation. The Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Shola Enikonalaye, gave the assurance on Wednesday when he received an audience. The Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia, Ambassador Ethel Davis, at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Tafawa Balewa House, Abuja. Welcoming the Liberian delegations, he described the relationship between Nigeria and Liberia as one founded on shared history, African solidarity, and mutual respect. From the foreign scene, the United States and Iran traded strikes on Thursday for the second day running as Washington and Tehran battled over the strategic Strait of Hormuz. The vital oil shipping corridor is a flashpoint in the Middle East war, with Tehran insisting on control of the strait despite its being open to free passage before the U.S.-Israeli attacks in February. After the full-threaded attacks on Wednesday, U.S. President Donald Trump said the ceasefire with Iran was over, but left the door open to more talks and added any strikes would end quickly. In sport, Manchester United have agreed a deal worth up to £50 million to sign Chelsea midfielder Andres Santos. According to reports, the Brazilian is expected to complete the remaining formalities before the move is finished. Report says also United have completed a £48 million deal after earlier revealing Chelsea's valuations of the midfielder. That makes the news brief at 10. A major bulletin comes up at midday. Good morning and have a victorious day. The program Perspectives continues.
When the issues matter, the voices must be heard.
From development to politics to the economy, all in one space.
It's more than talk, it's a view into the heart of the world.
This is Perspectives.
Perspectives with DIDAM LAAH.
Perspectives with DIDAM LAAH.
Join DIDAM LAAH every Thursday morning from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Let's engage key voices and dive into issues that shape our world.
Your voice matters too.
Join the conversation. Call in, speak up, be heard.
Live on Invicta 98.9 FM. Perspectives with DIDAM LAAH. Insights you can trust.
Glad to know you're still there. As part of our conversation this morning, the reconstruction of the NNAMDI AZIKIWE Expressway Western Bypass here in Kaduna Metropolis, and having the knowledge that it is being funded by Dangote and handled by Entata and Sao, supervised by the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, and also overseen within the metropolis by the Ministry of Information and some other agencies, a task force being constituted by the Federal Road Safety Corps, KASTLEA, Vigilante Services, and some other people. Now we're letting the lines open. For those who missed out on the conversation, it is a 22-kilometer road and been awarded about 6 years ago. Work started in earnest about 3 years ago, and they have about not up to 6 months, 5 months plus to complete it. The money budgeted for it was at first 37 billion naira, which later became 77 billion naira due to inflation, so said the engineer ZUBAIRU from the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. And he said so far the disbursement, the cash backing and releases has been about 6 point something billion at first, then another release of 6 point something billion. Those were his words. And the quality of the road is approximately 600 millimeter, the thickness. And he said it has a minimum of 40 years guarantee for usage. After then, maintenance could start. That's the minimum it could be used. So the lines are open now for Nigerians to ask questions on this project and also concerning the task force and every other information you would need. 081 40,000 989 or 070 87 800 989. 08081 40,000 989 or 070 87 800 989. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. DIDAM.
Welcome to Perspectives. Name and location?
Dennis, my name from the Kabbalah West here.
Can I get the name again? All right, David from Kabbalah, you're welcome.
You see, this the road, the work is going on perfectly now compared with the previous time when the rate at which the work is being expressed so low. Now the work is going on steadily. Another good thing there is that, you know, the construction of this speed limit at junction, you know, gladdens my heart very well. But before the construction of that speed limit, a lot of accidents has happened. So that speed limit really helped. But then, there are still some road users, not especially the heavy-duty vehicles, they are attempting to even speed. But with that speed limit really helped on that side. Then one thing I did not know that I want to know is that, does the road stop on the Mando roundabout? So I don't know, not very competent with that side. I don't know where it ends. And that's any on that.
Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Thank you for your call and your question. It will be attended to shortly. Let's see who else we've got here. Good morning.
Good morning, JIBRIL.
Your name and location?
This is from Barnawa.
The name again?
Okay,
Mike from Barnawa, you're welcome.
Yeah, they are doing a very beautiful job there. And I like how the engineer there analyzed the whole thing. Many of us, I'm an engineer, but I'm not in road construction. But people will see this 70 billion or something. By the time road and all those things, in fact, by the time they finish that road, you know that even that road is almost is costly than even what they budgeted for to finish that road. And I know that road will last long. That's long as even if it's not up to 40 years, as they said. I know 30 years that road must last up to that. Because I take for instance from Obajana to Kabar to this present moment, that road is very smooth. You know that they have constructed more than 5 years ago. I just want them to accelerate that job and then go with give Dangote the well weather to finish that road on time so that these articulated vehicles passing through main road. Passing through the township. They will divert their road now to that area. Thanks, and God bless you.
Well, thank you, Mike, who says he's an engineer and is lending his voice to affirm that the 77 billion could be justifiable and might not even be enough, as he said. But then it's up for the road to decide and also for the contractors to prove. Good morning.
Hello?
Could you please tune down the volume on your radio set completely?
I've done that.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Usman.
Usman, your location, please.
I'm calling you from Ngomazu.
All right, Usman from Ngomazu, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm glad for you to have all these guests on your show this morning. More especially, let me come to the task force here. We are very, very happy. More especially also my area here in Ngomazu, we suffered a lot of losses. We lost lives and properties on this Ngomazu junction. But the worst of it in this bypass way, is that of flour mill, which your guest failed to mention it. And it's the most dangerous place, and a lot of it has been recorded more than any other junction in this bypass. Please, they should put eye on this flour mill junction. There was an accident on which this is a car, you even don't see the driver in fact. So please, I'm calling on them also, if they don't put that flour mill on their list, failing to mention it, please, they should include it. It's the most dangerous place in this bypass because it's just a hill. So trailers sometimes will come down without brakes. So we recorded a lot of deaths here. Then coming to the contractor here now, you talk of this road. Please, what is the reason for this slow pace of this job? Because it's almost 3 years for this job. We are constructing a 44 kilometers distance, which you have 22 here, you have 22 there. The combination gives you 44. You understand? Take this construction in Abuja Road here now. See the pace they have done. Just few months. Taking 3 years for this place. What is the slow pace of the job now? What is the reason? You want to know the reason behind it. Do you don't have this construction, the machinery to do the job, or what? And on the other hand, for your government officials, please, I'm asking them to please take that tax of building that western bypass road. That eastern bypass road that connects from Northbarido to Harvard Jones. To avoid all these heavy trucks to come into. You go to the north, other roads, other cities, they've diverted their trucks. Trucks don't ever go in. This bypass has improved. During the days, here is a bush. So now the city has improved. Please, they should use that western, eastern bypass route for all these trucks. Please let them appeal to the government. We are appealing to them so that they should stop using this one. Please, we are begging. Life has been lost. Please, I'm Usman from Ngomazu.
All right, thank you very much, Usman. Your appeal has been heard and it will be duly attended to. 081400989 or 07087800989. Good morning. Good morning to you. Welcome to Perspectives. Your name and location?
Thank God for bringing those people on board, especially the task force woman. I want to call on her.
Your name, please?
Our staff are not helping matters. Where are law-abiding citizens? In a situation whereby I make an offense, you touch me without you giving me a receipt. That shows that it's a daybreak robbery. They arrested me last week. I just bought a machine, scrap machine. The machine did not even come with a plate number. They stopped me, I stopped. They charged me that I should buy plate number. I said, this machine, how will I buy plate number? I use it in going to farm. And I decided to pay. But without them giving me, where did the money went to? And finally, about this issue of road, how does it take them so long like that? The life has been wasted. It's only in this country we don't value life. By the engineer, or is it the contractor that promising us? Yes, how I wish it's not only on paper. It's a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Kure. 081400989 or 07087800989. Hello, good morning. Okay, as we await more calls, we might just start attending to some of these questions. Let me start with the lady. The last question was targeted to you from Kure.
To answer Mr. Kure, I think that's, I didn't really get his location. I think it's way outside the task force on the Western Bypass. So if he has a complaint, he can always reach out to us at the headquarters at Ministry of Public Works and Infrastructure, and then we'll attend to his issue.
About diversion, could the task force do that? Because I think Usman was asking if the Eastern Bypass could be an option for diversion.
Okay. Yes, Usman's question is a very valid one. You agree with me that a bypass is meant to be a corridor that circumvents the city center. But over the years, this NNAMDI AZIKIWE bypass has visibly become the center of town again, because demographics of population, housing settlements and the likes of it have actually been pulled to the two sides of the corridor, thereby making it visibly a very busy metropolitan passage. Now, we cannot we can't run away from the fact that that road needed repairs, and this effort is a clarion call or an answer to a clarion call to make sure that the plight of the people has been taken care of. Now, you will equally agree with me, for those that know, the Eastern Bypass that cuts through Maraban Rido and down to parts of Rigachiku, work has gone very far on that corridor equally. I think the only thing that separates the completion of that road now is the construction of a bridge, which the federal government has really given attention to, and the state is equally pursuing and making sure that work hastens on that passage. So as work is all going on the Western Bypass, efforts are ongoing to equally make the Eastern Bypass viable and pliable for motorists to ply, so that the traffic congestion or the weight of the traffic will be moved away from the metropolitan corridors that even the Western Bypass has become now, so that it will be moved over to the Eastern Bypass. This pressure will definitely reduce over time, and I can assure you, I don't have the time scope, but this matter is really in the front burner, and it will be taken care of very soon.
Okay, so I believe Usman from Ongomazo, your question has been attended to. Let's look at what David from Kabbalah West asked earlier. He said, even though I mentioned it earlier, but I think you should reiterate again, does the road construction end at Mondo Roundabout?
No, it does not terminate at Mondo Roundabout. What I explained earlier on is the fact that it begins from Command Junction down to Mondo Roundabout, and then it extends to the railway intersection that separates the Kawo Bridge from the road that takes you down to Mando Motor Park, the Air Force Base.
The rail intersection.
Yes, it will connect you back to that Mando roundabout. So that is where the route terminates. Yes.
Okay, so let's see if we can pick more calls. 081400989 or 07087 800 989.
I did not show my location. I'm calling from Sabo, and they put it in Command Junction. So I'm angry with them is they did not give me receipt. Shows that money went to their pocket, and they are covering their identity. Why should they be covering their identity? Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
All right, Kure.
I want to address Kure because I believe he's an ardent listener and a participant of most programs on radio. From his explanation, he seemed to have been justifying a reason why he would ride a motorcycle without plate number. I want to call on Mr. Kure and many other road users to know that there is no justification for you to make yourself a prey in the hands of these law enforcement agents. A number of them are bad eggs, and they are willing and ready at any time to pounce on people who are breaking the law. If you say that a motorcycle does not deserve a plate number to show identity and make it recognizable, then what are you saying? You are already making yourself a victim, because every vehicle that should ply our roads must carry an identification number. This is to help the law enforcement agencies to know those who are using these vehicles for either crime or any other reason that is not acceptable in our society, because we have road regulations, we have laws that govern road usage. So we shouldn't make ourselves victims, because he has become a victim. There is no excuse for any security agency personnel to extort money from you. But if you have been impounded, your vehicle has been impounded, most of the things Nigerians would want to do immediately is to start negotiating so that you don't take you to the station or for you to be allowed to go scot-free. So we should try to we should discourage ourselves from this kind of attitude on the road.
It's like the Deputy Commissioner wants to add something.
Yes, I just want to add to what my colleague here has said. The issue of the negotiation. Ideally, when you're arrested, you're being taken to the office. Most resist and refuse to go to the office. Because of that, the negotiation takes place on the field, but the money doesn't go into their pocket. It goes back to the office, to the agents deployed by the state government. KADUNA, those responsible. So they don't put it inside their pockets. We do have monitoring teams that go around.
So what he's asking
is what happens.
Is there supposed to be a due receipt issued there?
There should be when he goes to the office. It's his right to get.
Okay, so he cannot get the receipt by the road there. He has to go to the office.
He has to go to the
obtain
office.
It.
Yes.
Oh, so Mr. Kure, your receipt should be at the office. If you can remember when it happened and who you made your payment to, then you can trace it back to the office. Let's see again. We have another caller. Good morning. Hello, Kure. Okay. If you can, do call us again. 081400989 or 07087800989.
Sorry, my brother. Mike calling back. Hello?
Welcome back, Mike.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to tell the Madam KASTLEA there that please, health is very important. Whosoever the officers they want to deploy to that corridor, both road safety, they should make sure they wear their nose mask and not just ordinary nose mask of 15 naira, 100 naira. And again, they should, Madam KASTLEA, if you are still there, please, whosoever that has a asthmatic issue, never you deploy them to that corridor. Please, because it is very important that people working there, they use nose masks, and people that will come from KASTLEA, from a road safety, all of them should wear nose masks, and never you deploy asthmatic patients to that corridor. Thank you, and God bless you.
Well, thank you, Mike. Thank you for that information. I believe they would have helped. They're not doing it already. Ngwomo Azu, Usman, that called earlier, spoke about the traffic, the incessant traffic and even accident within the corridors of Flour Mill Junction. So is it something you want to speak about?
Yes, let me quickly respond from the angle of the task force. Since we have been collaborating together with the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing in terms of areas of concerns, while we were identifying flash points, Flour Mills Junction was not mentioned. And this is the first time that it is getting to our knowledge as an area of concern. We will quickly deploy the engineer and their men to look at what is happening there and see the best safety measures they are going to deploy at the Flour Mills Junction so that it abates this issue of complaints of accidents and other dangerous forms of driving we will take that into consideration. And thank you for drawing our attention.
And I think that that's the beauty of having such sensitization on radio, and also that's the beauty of perspectives. The fact that as a listener, you have got the opportunity to lend your voice to our conversation, even as we draw the curtains for today's discussion on perspectives. Before I go, I want to say a big thank you to my resource person, to Engineer ZUBAIRU Jibril from the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, and to the Deputy Corps Marshal, Administration and Finance, HAUWA TUKUR OTHMAN from the Kaduna State Traffic Law Enforcement Authority, KASTLEA, and the Permanent Secretary, Kaduna State Ministry of Information and Culture, Mr. DUNIAH. Thank you for sparing time to be with us this morning.
Thank you very much for having us. It's amazing how time can just quickly fly. I didn't realize we spent
it
1.5 hours.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure being here, and we promise to be back as soon as possible.
Okay, we'd love to have you back for more updates.
Yes, thank you so much for
but before we go, before I even appreciate my producer, we've got a message that just came in. Maybe we'll quickly take it before we wrap up the conversation.
All right, he said from Zachariah John, he said, please, I need clarification. Is it lawful for motorists to cover their private plate number as I can see everywhere? Is it also allowed for motorists to use their car brand logos in places of the plate number, because it's becoming too rampant now?
Okay, maybe we'll just give a few minutes, like 60 seconds for the KASTLEA lady to help us address that question.
To address that question, it's wrong to cover your number plate or use anything else outside the lawful number plates by the federal government. Any other number plates you put there is it's
illegal.
It's illegal to use any other number plate apart from the lawful one.
Meaning, but what if they customize? They got a customized one from the Federal Road Safety Corps.
Yes, the customized is okay. It's customized still from the government.
Okay,
still
all right.
From the government.
So that's it. It's about as has a fit for today. Thanks to my producer, Toyin Alabi. Perspective continues tomorrow. My name is DIDAM. DIDAM the voice LAAH. Bye for now.
Invicta FM. Invicta FM.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
Too many lives have been lost on the NNAMDI AZIKIWE Western Bypass, Kaduna, due to ongoing road reconstruction. Recently, accidents have been on the rise, but your safety concerns are about to change.
To protect motorists, commuters, transporters, and residents along the Western Bypass, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Ubasani, has officially approved the establishment of a dedicated Special Traffic Task Force running all the way from Command Junction to Mandora